It's Friday, the 30th of August, 2024. Welcome to the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Adam Lang.
Good morning, Michael.
Adam, 5 stories in 5 minutes. Let's go. Story number 1, the boss of Australia's biggest home lender has warned politicians that its customers have experienced extreme shocks in recent times following pandemic lockdowns and rapid interest rate rises, and there's concerns that many Commonwealth Bank customers are really struggling with the cost of living.
Yeah, Michael, Commonwealth Bank CEO Matt Comyn was in Canberra yesterday. He was appearing at the House of Representatives Economics Committee. He said that customers aged 35 to 44 have the largest share of mortgage balances and are exposed to higher interest rates. He also added that customers in general are spending much more on essentials and far less on discretionary items, and savings are quickly being depleted. He also called for tax reform, focusing more on wealth taxes than income taxes to improve productivity and prosperity.
And Westpac CEO Peter King was fronting the committee as well. Did he have similar reflections, I'm assuming?
Yeah, he did, Michael. King also supported tax reform, saying there was too much reliance on income taxes and insufficient focus on consumption and perhaps even wealth taxes. But he said good luck to Parliament in terms of trying to tackle it. One of the themes that both bank bosses raised over the day was concerns over scams. They are investing heavily in scam detection, but they're seeing a big problem with nefarious social media players ripping off Australians, and they want a whole of ecosystem approach that includes the tech giants and telecommunication companies. ANZ and National Australia Bank CEOs are in Canberra for more hearings later today.
Excellent. Everybody get to go. All right, story number 2. Qantas reported $2.08 billion in earnings for the 2023-24 financial year. While it was down 18% over the year, there was a bit of news that will excite plenty of shareholders. The airline is due to resume paying dividends in the second half of the year for the first time since 2019, when they were dropped as the pandemic sent airlines globally into turmoil.
Michael, margins were a miss on local and offshore operations, but we all know Qantas has had some heavy lifting recently after a turbulent period that left its brand in tatters. And that includes spending big on adding new planes to the portfolio to help improve capacity and other customer service initiatives. The end result was a net profit of $1.25 billion, down from last year's record profit of $1.74 billion. Jetstar had its best results yet due to budget-conscious travellers looking for lower-cost flight options.
Story number 3, how many Australians will be driving an electric car in 10 years' time? It's the big puzzle that the energy market regulator is trying to work out, and it now thinks it's not electric cars, but hybrid vehicles that Australians are more likely to flock to over the next decade.
Yeah, Michael, this is a dynamic assessment. The Australian Energy Market Operator has slashed its forecast to 4 million EVs by 2034, and that was down from 7 million it previously estimated. It's keeping a really close eye on this shift in consumer behaviour because that affects how much pressure we put the grid under. Increasingly, this signals that we favour petrol-electric hybrids here, but a range of experts who spoke to the Financial Review warns that this could turn quickly. The dynamic could change if cheaper Chinese EV models catch on or fuel standards tighten, and the energy regulator is alive to that challenge and has a bunch of other forecasts in mind should this most likely situation not pan out, and that includes EVs growing to 6 million over the next decade.
Story number 4, China's commercial buildings are going through a makeover. One of the challenges they're experiencing is a very high commercial real estate vacancy rate as work from home really kicks off and sets in post-pandemic. And it's the famous Hilton brand leading the push.
Yeah, Michael, and Hilton has found an opportunity here. According to Bloomberg, it is converting these empty and unused office buildings into hotels and taking advantage of a boom in tourism activity. It has just marked its 700th property in Greater China and is continuing to expand with plans to add an extra 100 to its portfolio in the region over the next few years, and about a quarter of those to come online in the next 18 months. As for the future of the office sector, it's wait and see. Right now, office vacancy rates in China are around 15%.
And finally, story number 5, it's a very happy birthday today to legendary investor Warren Buffett, who is turning 94. And just in time for the celebrations is news that Berkshire Hathaway, his company, is now worth more than $1 trillion, joining the likes of Apple, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft and Nvidia to surpass the valuation.
Yeah, Michael, the Oracle of Omaha is earning his title yet again. Berkshire saw its cash and equivalents, such as US Treasury bills, surge to US $276.9 billion on June 30. There has been a big stock sale focus, with Buffett selling down more than half of its Apple shares this year. He is the sixth wealthiest person in the world right now, and this is the first time that a US company that isn't in the tech sector has reached the 13-figure milestone. Happy birthday, Warren Buffett.
Yes, indeed. There we go. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Michael.
It is Friday, the 30th of August, 2024. Remember to hit follow on the podcast. And if 5 minutes isn't enough, you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed, wherever you listen to podcasts. And don't forget to check out the new episode of our sister podcast, How Do They Afford That? It comes out every Wednesday. This week's episode is all about popular money myths. We bust 10 popular money myths. It is well worth a listen. I'll put a link in today's show notes. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.